what you write is not true anyway, so they have to norm, and that's a little surprising, but Antonio just told me he'd take over for me, so. Well, kind of a strange day with Pearl. I said, everybody that beats me in the tournament resigns. Mike Krzyzewski beat me, he resigned that year. It was Pearl beat me, he resigned that year, or retired, or whatever the words are, but still stuck with me, sorry. Kind of good day for me though, because, let's see, I'm not resigning. Second thing is I just had a granddaughter.
Congrats.
Two now? Yeah, I got 2 now, so 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, and it's the first day of practice, so that's a pretty good day for me. But it's hard to believe, isn't it, that it's the first day, and 22nd, it just seems like it's getting earlier and earlier. But we're kind of excited to get going, as you can imagine. And I think, I'm not going to get into all the things because we'll have a major press conference and I'll let you ask me what questions you want. But, our 4 mainstays, the 4 guys that are back that have all started here in Coop and Jackson, Cohen and Jeremy, I think have all made significant improvement. What does significant improvement mean? I don't know. But I think every one of them are shooting it better. Carson has really lifted his game. Jackson, I think, is in the best shape, which really helps him. Cohen looks better than he looked before, and he's shooting it better. And Jeremy, too, I think having a whole summer to really work on his game has really helped him. Big keys for us is what our 2 guys that really didn't play much or were sitting out last year are going to be like. Kerr is a big one because we need some shooting, and shooting is something that we did not shoot the ball real well last year. I say that still won a lot of games, so the mainstay will be the mainstay, but Jesse McCullough, I think, is going to help us because he can shoot the ball and he's got size, and then our 2 freshmen that are coming in have both played really well. Jordan Scott has been more like a Max Christie type guy, where we're worried about his defense and his strength, and he's really shown where he's improved in both areas. And of course, Cam Ward might be the strongest, toughest freshman I've had in a while, and that's going to be encouraging. And that leaves our transfers. And Trey is going to have to, he can score it, he can shoot, he's a great athlete. And Devine is a guy that we're going to try to get something out of. Could be at the 2, could be at the point. Denon Wojcik has actually played well. He has some point guard skills, can run a team. And so we got 11 or 12 guys that we can play. We played 11, 10 last year. I don't know if it'll be the same minutes, because last year they were all 22 to 18, 24 to 16. I think it could be more 28s to down, but I do think we'll play people. And of course, their schedule is brutal, and yet I think that's going to be good for us in the long run, maybe not in the short run, but I'm looking forward to that. So, we'll go through every prior personnel in our big press conference. It's so early now, and after it just felt like you guys are probably bored, and that you'd want to do something on basketball, and it is the first day. I remember when Judd was here, it was October 15th. Doug Weaver's birthday, Judd Heathcote. I mean, that was a sacred day. And now it seems that we start, barely got our bathing suits put away and we're starting practice. So even Jonathan said, I can't believe you guys are starting this early. Mark just said, I said, yeah, we got a real sport. Ours goes a little longer, you got to be a little tougher. I was happy, not ecstatic, but I was happy with our football team. I think we're taking some steps forward. And of course, that always pleases me too. So, you guys got some questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
No mics.
Does it feel like, you mentioned about the early start, but does it feel like even the first practice now is the first practice because you do get the summer now a little more with the guys hasn't been previously?
In practice, in recruiting, and fundraising, and coaching, I don't think there's an off season. I don't know what summer is, except it's warmer. We laugh about it, but you know why everybody is getting out of it. I told you, I'm just too stubborn to do that. But yeah, there isn't. That's a good point. We didn't. Back when Jet was here, we played Tuesday and Thursday nights. When I first met you, Jack. Practices. You never had any practices. And then we had some practices in the summer, and now it's full go in the summer and full go in the fall and fuller go in the winter. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it's any big day to celebrate. But as I said, this is an off football week. I just want to make sure you guys stay working, that's all.
Can we get a scouting report on the granddaughter? Name, any stats you can give us?
Yeah, she's, Sophie's her name, Sophie. She's, I think she was 21 inches and 7'11" or 7'8" pounds, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
She's, her job will be to date a basketball player and help commission.
Is that PHIE? You know yet?
PHIE, very good. SOPHIE.
Thank you.
And if you were wrong, it wouldn't even affect me. It wouldn't bother me.
How old is Isabel? 2?
Isabel just turned 2 a month and a half ago.
Tom, congrats again. Did you get some time to reflect since the last game? And if so, did anything kind of stand out for you?
Yeah, we went over it today. When we look at our games last year, Oregon here, we didn't play very good the first half. And we weren't a great first half team. I think we wore teams down. But we had a lot more games, even like Maryland, that we won at the buzzer, but we really 10 up. Or I think Iowa was one like that. You look at the games we lost 3 in the league. And one of the things was, I think we shot like 3 for 23, 3 for 26, 6 for 24. Our 3-point shooting was bad. So what does that mean? Well, hopefully that improves. But it just goes to show you how important defending, rebounding, getting to the free throw line, and making free throws are. So you can win a lot of different ways. Some guys are just going with the 3-point shot. I'm hoping we improve in that area greatly. I think Kohler's going to be better. I think Jesse can make threes. But I also think Trey Ford is a very good shooter and a very, very good athlete. And Kerr is probably the best shooter along with Jordan Scott that I've got. So hopefully those guys will help me.
It seems like it's a pretty versatile group in a lot of different ways in terms of, a guy like Jack's obviously played 4 and 5, but how one of your freshmen works out at the 4 may impact that. But, all that sort of stuff. Are you sort of curious to see?
I am. We were just talking about that in a meeting today. I'm curious. There could be times Coop is guarding the 4 and Jesse could be guarding the 5. Because Coop can move his feet so well. He's improved a lot, and I'm really, really kind of excited to see, how it is when practice gets going and you can scrimmage, and you can do things on a regular basis, this game day in, day out. But it is a versatile group. It's not like there's a huge amount of separation, but we've had a blueprint for that, and it's worked pretty well. So hopefully we can do that again.
What is a learned habit? Teams have to learn how to win. And when I look at that trophy, there's a lot of guys who are on that team that aren't here anymore. But the 4 guys who returned have starting experience. How key are they going to be to get this group to kind of pull in the same direction?
They've been important all summer. You have 4 guys that have started. You can say what you want, but they've all 4 started, and they've been really, really, really good teammates. That is important right now. That's one of my selling pitches. If you go somewhere and there's nobody there, who's going to help you? Because coaches, some of it's overrated. From the standpoint of you need players, coach, team to a certain extent. You need players, especially in the summer when we're not around much. Those guys got to help. I think the job they've done with Cam Ward has been incredible. Cam Ward is, I mean, he reminds me of a mix between Antonio and like I don't know. I mean, he's got skills. He can score the ball, but he's got toughness and strength, and he has really made it hard on Jackson Kohler, which made Jackson Kohler is making him a better player. So, yeah, I think it is important that those four guys lead, and having Kerr here but not playing a lot, and having Jesse going against those other two all year. I think I got 6 guys that have experience in some way.
With the, I guess last year's strength in numbers was kind of the deal. There's obviously core principles that you believe in, but how much different will this team's identity be just from last year, just based on the personnel and individual strength?
Yeah, I thought it would be different. Remember last year at this time, who knew Jace would be what Jace was? Who knew, how things would go? Some in a positive way, a couple in a negative way that weren't as good as we had hoped and thought. So every year is a new year, and every year, I guess that's the good news. The next couple of weeks are going to tell us a lot when we get into the fray. But I have to give a commercial every day on how much I hate the social media. It's gotten bigger. Mm-hmm. Just so you know, I'm not dialing down any. But I also, look at the distractions and dirt bags. That is multiplying. It's not adding. It's multiplying, which means it's doubling. There's just so many more things. I mean, I watch very closely the quarterbacks in college football right now. Who came in with big numbers, who's getting paid a lot, where are they going? Some are going up, some are going down. There's so many different things. I don't know how things are going to affect everybody. I don't know how the social media affects them. I don't know how the pressure affects them. I don't know how the money affects them. But it is affecting everybody somewhat. Some good and some bad. So our job, if I would have told you what my meeting was like this morning, you'd fall out of your chair, I'm giving each guy 2 or 3 guys now, trying to home it down a little bit. Make sure we're checking on what are you doing outside of basketball. You know what it used to be? You're worried about him partying or this or that, right? That's what it used to be. Now does he have a podcast? Does he have things here? Is he going to be missing practice? Has he got this there? There are a lot of things that people have to learn how to deal with. And look around this room, I ain't betting any of my life on one of you could have been as successful with that many distractions getting into where you are. Some will handle it. Cone Carr's been unbelievable, if you ask me. He just doesn't do half, 3/4 of it, just focused on what he's got to do. Some guys aren't quite that way. And some I don't even know about because different things happen every day. So, those are interesting things that we have to deal with now. Those were the meeting. Can you imagine that? The meeting used to be about X's and O's and this and that. And you guys think I'm on a soapbox? I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth.
Are you feeling that those guys are being open with that? Do you recruit to that now? Like, are they open and still as honest with all those splintered things?
Recruiting and honesty they don't even go hand in hand. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I mean more about if a kid has a podcast, is he telling you? Are they telling you and being?
Oh, I think my guys will be open with it. I think they will, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just trying to keep a balance in here that some people are going to have a lot of things, and some of them might be like nickel and dime things, but take up time, and so that's what the next 2 weeks will be. Let's figure out now who is really into this and who gets off their summer kick, and there's so many things that are different, but I'm cool with them now. The committees, I don't deal with anybody anymore. I just worry about my
Staying
team.
with that, Tom, you saying you're kind of cool with it, like you kind of recognize it, and has this been part of your constant evolution to be able to kind of manage the day-to-day of what's happening now with social media and all the other things?
No, I'm still 100% against it, so I still think that as I look around the world and I see what's going on, I apologize to those in charge. I apologize to you that have to live it. I apologize to some of my good friends that are, as I've always said, the bad way outweighs the good if you're dealing with 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, in my opinion. So, I don't know if I'm trying to deal with the evolution of it. I guess I'm trying to manage and be aware of the problems.
It's not making you tap out though, is the thing that your peers leave.
No, like I said, I gotta figure out who I can beat so I can quit, because everybody that beats me quits, resigns. So I'm gonna see who the hell I can beat this year, maybe, you know.
Win the last one and then you can.
Then, if I win the last one, it'll be a cold day in hell before I quit then. So don't worry about that.
How did Arkansas come about? You talk about, you know, big time matchups.
Because Calipari, I always give him crap about, you know, when we were, Tubby and I were at Kentucky and here, and Johnny liked to play a lot of those neutral games, and we become good friends because we're on boards, and I don't know, it just came up, you know. He probably looked at the rankings, saw that we were down a little bit in their minds, and then, you know, that way he did it. But it's good. I mean, the schedule, you know, I must have told some of you, a lot of you, that my goal is to get more good home games. I think our fans deserve it. I think our players deserve it. I think our media deserves it. I really do, and getting two really good home games, I just think is a plus for the program and for our fans that have been so loyal and so great. And yet, boy, you watch what's going on now at some of the schools of football that I've seen, and boy, I better win some games. They'll be chanting at me. But it's different. But I think this is really going to be good. I think our whole schedule is pretty good. I mean, Oakland's still a great game, you know, and we play some of those teams we're playing. We really made an effort to play even a better schedule, even some with our not so noted teams.
Now, on the scale like Detroit, do you think you'll go down there at some point again and play a game for Mark, or do you think? And the other thing, do you think home and homes are coming back at all?
Yeah.
Two separate questions there. I mean, you know, like the Arkansas game is different there.
You know, home and homes are going to have to come back pretty soon because the guarantee money is getting higher and higher, and like everything else. And so they could come back. I mean, what I would do for Monty or DJ or any of the guys that I've had, I'm not saying I wouldn't go down there.
I guess, and even not going, but that series with Detroit that, you know, haven't been around much. Do you think now that Monty said that sort of thing could be like an Oakland type deal, or?
Could be, yeah. You know, I didn't think about it that way, but it could be. I always like getting into Detroit, and I don't like playing my friends, but I also like if the benefit is more for them than me, I'm cool with that. So, yeah, that could happen. I mean, I think you're going to really look at pretty soon. Everybody's going to have to start looking at financially. You know, do I want to go somewhere to play, or do I want to play at home? You know, and I haven't gone that route yet. Where you know, it seems like we play more road games in the non-conference than 90% of the big teams. Definitely Syracuse in the past. You know, we do, and I don't know if that's benefited or not. You know, I think everything we've done has benefited because I'm still standing here in front of you. But sometimes I mean, I look at that schedule from UConn on, and I say, you know, doesn't matter exhibition games or not. You start losing games in a row, everybody's unhappy. And but I have my way that's been successful for me. It's benefited, I think, my players. I think it's benefited our fans. I think it's benefited me. And sure as hell don't plan on changing it now, so what I did is I upgraded it. Just to make sure that, just think what you're asking me. Everybody was gonna ask me if I was dead last year, you know, I got people coming to my radio show, can you sign this, can you sign this? I realized they thought I was gonna die, so I signed it all, but you're already talking about 2 years down the road when I played Detroit. I like it.
Sometimes one or two more before practice starts.
Tom, when did you-
Wow, the militant guys after it already.
It's like a car.
Relax, it's preseason.
You
Tom,
played
when
Callahan
you-
before? I forget, like, as head coach?
No, when we played down there, we played at, Coco.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Jeremy though. I mean, it's very rare that you've had a guy that can be a third-year sophomore in your program. You haven't really had a lot of redshirt guys. And from a leadership capacity, how has he developed in that between sophomore and junior year? And from an on-court capacity, now that he got a full summer, how is that?
Well, in all fairness, you know, I mean, Jeremy is my routine, he's, you know, Kalen, he's, you know, I think of some of the guys I had that were, ended up great, but there was a process to being great. And, I mean, he's as stubborn as I am on some things, you know, he's as competitive as I am on some things. But it did take me last year to realize you miss a summer and you miss a lot in this sport. And he's jumping so much better. I think his vertical's 5 inches higher. He's in better shape. I mean, he's just, his shot is much better. You know, what does that mean? It still means what you said might be the most important. Can he lead us? And leading us happens when you're having somewhat success in your own game. You know, you gotta feel good about yourself to make others feel good. And I think that's what he's working on. We're working on. You know, I mean, he's kind of with me. I mean, him and I are gonna spend a lot of time together this year. He's healthy. He's had a great summer. I think he's ready to go.
Tom, what have you learned about?
Steadily, each year he's been here. What has he learned about channeling and improvement?
Yeah.
How is that
Well,
happening?
I mean, we're even you guys aren't crazy most of the time. He had to become a better shooter. You know, I mean, it was evident. So he has become a better shooter. And he's shooting the ball better. But I think he's improved. He's gained some weight, good weight, which he didn't really need to be. He's even stronger. He's jumping better than he was jumping. He's really gone to work on eating well, working out well. He's way better with the basketball. So we think he can get to the rack a little bit more. And now that he's shooting better from the free throw line, that benefits us there. And he's way better defensively than he was a year ago. So what that's going to be like in the next couple of weeks, I'll give you a better, clearer picture. I'm telling you what he did this summer. Now when practice starts, it goes to a different one.
I'm wondering what you learned about Caleb Glenn in the last couple of months when you've seen him trying to navigate an injury shortly after he gets here, and what were you hoping to get from him?
That kid, when you see him, if you come downstairs and you see him walking around right now, you'd say, what's wrong with him? I mean, he has recovered faster than any human being I've ever seen. I said to my trainer this morning, you look at him, I said, why aren't you playing? You know? So he's been great. Yeah, he's been great. You know, his dad played football. I think there's a pedigree there that he's not soft and he works. And
What were you hoping to get out of him ideally if, things would have...
this year,
What were you, in the ideal...
Remember, he got hurt so early. I don't know what I was going to get out of him, but what I
Fair.
saw, I thought he would definitely be an integral part of our team.
Gotcha.
He did.
Tom, is there alpha dog alert? Was it too early, or somebody kind of showing those characteristics?
Yeah, that was one of the things we talked about today. Who's the go-to guy down the stretch? Who is going to rally everybody? Better be Jeremy, but going to, and Coop has done a very good job in the leadership. We have picked captains. I think, do we release that?
We have it.
Oh, then I'm going to release it.
Breaking news, man.
Breaking news, Bruce Pearl resigned, retired, and Michigan State is announcing its 4 captains. And we have 4 captains for only the second time, I think, in my career. But it was picked by the players. And that was really encouraging for me. You'd say, well, shouldn't there be one? I mean, Jeremy was, people got different votes, but I mean, it was really close. But it is the four guys that should, you know, it's Jeremy, it's Cohen, it's, Jackson and Coop. And Jackson and Coop have really taken that. Their personality's a little different. But I've been really pleased with that part of it. Now, do I think Jeremy's got to be the guy to step up in the end, because you can't have four voices all the time? But I do think that kind of tells you what the team thinks of those guys, and that's exciting to me.
You've never had four captains.
I think one time I had four.
When your grind week guys are in town, do you have to elbow anymore and say, you talk to so-and-so, or they just do that automatically now?
Man, this was the greatest grind week of all, because we had over 60-some players that came back. But I had some players calling out my guys for some of the strangest things. One of them was losing a game to the pros. And I just sat back, watched them, their own language, tell them what they thought, and watched our guys respond. Draymond Miles was at a different level. Kalen Lucas, you know, was at a different level. Then having guys, I tell you, like McQuaid, having a McQuaid back was really important. Gary Harris, yeah, it was the best grind week we've had. Travis was great, and I say that only because of what you just said. I didn't say, would you please talk to my team? Would you please do this and that? They know what they want, and I'll be honest with you now. So don't think this is propaganda, because you know everybody hates me for not liking the transfer portal and all that. But I think that those guys are seeing what is turning into the problems that we're all going to have, and it's the new four-letter word. It's not four letters, and that's entitlement. And I think they're seeing at their level, and they don't like it either. So don't be entitled, guys, because they ain't gonna make it, you know. And so yeah, I was really excited about how they were. It was. A couple of those guys sent me texts or made phone calls after that were tear-jerking. And I don't care if I last 10 more years or 10 more days, nobody in the country will ever have what we have. Nobody. They never had it, and they'll never have it, because who's gonna stay long enough to even enjoy it? But man, that was a hell of a week for me.
Does that keep you going?
You know what? I think I am more motivated. Lost a little weight, in better shape, feel a little better. You know, haven't played a game yet, so that could change. Football team's winning more. Yeah, this is a good start.
Tom, you're known for picking up the phone and calling people good times and bad times. Have you called Kirk, passing Woody the way you passed Bob, and have you talked to Dabo, who's doing it his way, and now the world's falling in on you?
A little bit. I called 3 guys in the last couple of days. Those 2, and I watched some things at Wisconsin that went on, so I made a phone call there. You know, Dabo doing it his way and things fell off, you know. That's why he went crazy at the podium, because I mean, what's falling off? You know, do you ever notice it takes like a century to build up, in one bad year, and you've fallen off and you've gone to hell? Does that make any sense?
1 year, how about 3 weeks?
You know, I mean, and 2 of those games were down to the wire. And I mean, personally, I love the guy. I don't even know him that well. I love him. Talked to him. Yeah, I did talk to him. And because we got to stick together. Because no one saw it. You guys aren't with us. I mean, general, you guys, meaning your profession. Fans aren't really with you, okay? And nobody knows what I say. Everybody sees talent. They got great talent. They got great talent. They got great talent. Well, you guys told me the same thing I told you. Our talent wasn't great last year, right? What, you change your mind?
No, I'm just mostly agreeing.
Nervous?
No.
Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't projected great, and it wasn't projected anything. We won the league by more games than we've ever won it. So, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There are so many different factors that are going to influence how teams do, how quarterbacks do, how key players do, how the highest paid player does. There's going to be factors that are going to change, and it's going to drive you nuts, and it's going to drive our fans nuts, and it's going to drive me nuts. It's the way it's the new way. But I ain't changing how I feel, what I believe. I ain't changing what I think's right for the players in the long run. That's staying the same. And when those guys came back, you're right, whoever said it. Did it give me a boost? Yeah, because I felt like I had a couple guys came back that I kicked off. And I had some other guys that were here then that thanked me for bringing them back. We had something special here. I don't know what it's going to mean for the year, but I'm going to have some fun trying to solve it and trying to get it done. And I hope we don't think it's doing it your way as much as I hope the day comes when you're saying he did it the right way. That's what I hope. I think some of those guys are doing it the right way. I don't know what's happened at all of them. I mean, nowadays a guy gets hurt, a guy has a bad day. I mean, I'll tell you who I talked to the first day, because he came here, Archie Manning. Just want to wish his grandson luck. I mean, everybody put him as everything. I bet he still is everything when he's done. But went through a couple of bad times because expectations, this and that, because we expect that we pay somebody, if we do this, if we do that. And I feel sorry for these kids. When you say or some people say I don't want kids making money, I want kids with freedom to do what they want. I want the kids to learn to be kids. I want them to learn to fail and grow like we all did. And so, yeah, I might be calling a lot of people before the first half of football is over, and by the second half of basketball, I might be calling myself.
Can I tell real quick, Tom, just to do it this early, any particular reason behind that? Like, I think 2-3 years ago, it felt like it was pretty far on the back burner. Like Malik was kind of like an unofficial one.
Yeah,
like you might not have even
I did a
named.
poor job.
So just
That's why.
doing it
I did
this
a poor
early.
job on the captain's thing, and you're gonna walk in the office, and there's gonna be pictures of him up there. I gotta do a better job. Sometimes when you don't feel you have a real captain, you know, and sometimes you have those years. So I did a poor job because that should be made a big deal about every year. You know, where sometimes your captainship helps you. Might be the NBA, might be getting a job somewhere. Everybody wants people, and so we should be I should be doing a better job. And so yes, there's a reason for it. I said when we start practice, we're gonna have our captains. And so going up a little bit.
You mentioned it was big that the Quake came back. What struck you about the top?
Well, you know,
players?
he's doing a hell of a job with Houston and moving up quick. I mean, we have some incredible former GAs, players, and managers that are moving up in the NBA. I mean, incredible. And it just keeps making me think, you know, those guys are the guys grinding it here, not treated well, not paid well, just work their tail off, and just passing people by. And McQuaid's one of them. I'm so fired up for McQuaid. I hope he continues to do well. And yet, he took the time to come back. You know, Jaren Jackson is still hurt a little bit. Took the time to come back. I mean, he was phenomenal. Gonna graduate. I think he's 4 or 5 classes from graduating. He left as a freshman. You know,
Phenomenal.
the stories we should be writing about are those kind of stories, or what happens to some of these guys. You know, like it made me sad when all that scene with the quarterback from UCLA, and then he goes, and then the coach gets fired. Just think of what's happened on that.
You had guys portal in and out that were here for Grind Week too, right?
What's that?
You had guys that came in through the portal and guys that left through the portal that came back for that Grind Week.
Oh yeah, yeah. Most of my guys that left Most of my guys I book. I mean, I'm gonna have trouble not cheering for him when he comes here. I love Book. You know, there's a couple guys that was disappointed in, but not many. Not many. I've always said every place isn't for everybody, and I've also said sometimes it doesn't work out. I'm cool with that, but giving them the freedom to just do what they want, when they want, where they want. It's BS.
Anything else?
What do you think? We
No,
ready to go?
I think we're good.
Oh,